Uh, Today, I want to talk about something very, very important, and I don't know whether it is important, but I hope it is. It is because some of these things we experience in life today are the true reflections of what life really is. And it is true that when you grow up to be an adult, you might be in a position now to fully understand some of the things that your parents, maybe when you are growing up, your parents were telling you, some of which maybe are not true in the current context to which you are living in today. Today, I will talk about one of the most misused statements or the most misused word in the current generation we are in today. And this word is the word love. Okay? I understand that love has different name depending on which country you are in, which ethnic community you come from. And English, in terms of English, it's general love. Now the question is, what is love? Yeah? And the truth is that 99% of our young generation today misuse this word love. They have failed to differentiate what is love, what love is, and what other things are that are a recipe of a perceived definition of love. Now, as the perceived chairman of men's conference, okay, today I want to advise my fellow men, because I don't want them to die, because for me I'm also not planning to die until 90 years or so. But there are mistakes that makes our men die prematurely. And the women also knows that men should die first. Okay, that's why sometimes if you want to sell even your piece of land or your real estate investment, your wife will be like, "Hey, you want to sell this land? How will I survive with my kids when you are dead?" At what? So, you know that I'm going to die before you, and it's like, I should not sell this so that you enjoy yourself when I'm gone. Now, I want to make it clear for men, and there's a research I've done a little, and I'm convinced beyond any other reason doubt that 98% of those who are in marriage setup do not really understand why they got married. They cannot explain why they got married to that specific partner they are staying with or they are living with. Most of married men got into marriage setup, one, because they are peers. Those whom they learnt with in primary school, in secondary school, or in university school, or in university, are already married. So it's like, oh, I also want to get married. Two, most of them maybe got married because of the community pressure, family or community pressure. Hey man, now you're becoming old, you need to get married like any other age mate. Three is because maybe you got some money. Okay? You got a job and then got money, and you feel now you can walk around like a man, you can pay your bills, you can go out and have fun, and therefore you can entertain any other person or women or whichever. So you find yourself in a marriage setup. 4, some of them got married because they made the female gender in a family way. So they have been compelled to marry that particular person just because he made the lady in a family way. So there's no heir. Now this is where problem comes from. Traditionally, men were getting married with a purpose. One of the purpose was to get children to continue with the generational creation of that particular lineage. You get it? And then to get support. The support will be like human resource support. Okay? If you had a woman will do some basic domestic functions, which include going to farm, doing the washing, whichever. All those are the two main things that men were getting married for. Now this has changed in this current generation. Now let me go back to love. Personally, my understanding on what love is as per the current context confuses me. But I know that to some extent I might not believe in it in the similar perception to which I've been compelled to believe in it in the current generation. But one thing I'm quite certain about is that love is not in any way related to the sexuality or sexual expectations that comes as a result of opposite sex. Love doesn't appear there. Most of our generation coincides the elements of sexual desiration, emotions, and feelings with the love, which is a mistake. Naturally, men get attracted to women because of their sexuality and because of their maturity. When you are sexually mature, you are destined to have sexual desire with a sexual mature female. And this comes as a result of maybe the expressions. You are beautiful. The woman is beautiful based on what you see. Okay? Maybe big nyash, tuzo, you see, and the physical appearance, as the beholder may describe. You get that? Naturally, men, sex is an organic requirement. Sex is like organic requirement to any man. That means when a sexual mature man looks at a sexual mature female, then there is automatic glance and admiration, which even God knows. Now, the women also understand that they are flowers and they need to attract men. But is it for love, or it is because of the parameters you have as a lady that attracts the man? Now, men can use other things, including resources. And in this case, let's talk about money. To entice a female that he had seen based on whatever he could see. The things I'm talking about, the physical, observable features that attracts the sexual feelings and emotions that growing up as an mature person comes alongside with. Okay? Now, during these levels of considerations, there are no elements of conditions. It's just that you are a female, is a male, and there are things that the male likes in this lady, and the lady also knows very well that there are things that she has that attracts the other person. Now, most of our young generation, from maybe let's say when I was in class 8 or primary school, the children who were just like going to developing into their adolescent stage were talking about love. In my local language, there is a local language, they will say I love you or I hate you. They were developing some sexual feelings to the opposite sex, and they will say I love you. The same language, a Form 4 leaver, 18 years old, a lady or a man or a boy will tell the opposite sex like I love you, just because they are feeling the sexual attractions. And of course, in class 8, the man will try to entice the lady using buying her mandazi during break time, or carrying for her sokotas, nyoyo. You bring for the lady, you get it? It's like her, and they feel that. Okay, so the element of caring might be there, the element of attachment may be there, okay, and all is based on the feelings of the opposite sex. At 24, in college, the same language will be the same. Okay, I love you, because the attraction, and the man uses other things to entice her, because she also knows that she's possessing some things that attracts this guy. Now, these are normal things. Now, unfortunately, the ladies might be knowing that all these kind of emotions, feelings are temporal. But for a man, sometimes, because men sometimes do not have the ability to attract more and more and more and more women, especially if they don't have money. So for a man, if you are brave enough to succeed to seduce, some people doesn't have seducing powers. So that's why sometimes they let money talk for them, and then it's like they make it possible. So there are men who will not really want to engage in other things if they don't have money. If they don't have money, if they don't have big resources, their mouth is like they will want to have. If they succeed to seduce a lady at their prime age, and then that will translate to a marriage. You get it? But women knows very well that there could be other people who can do seducing, including influencing with money or with any other materialistic kind of things. So this is where men now have becoming a disadvantage. And this is why they are dying early now. Now, there is what is called marriage. And I want to say here that there is no relationship. There's no relationship between love and marriage. Those things are different things. And just like I told you, that the word love is misplaced statement that is abused by all generations. Marriage is defined as an institution. Okay? And it is not obvious that you need to marry the person you love or the person you have intensive sexual admiration. For the case of this video, I will use love as a sexual attraction between between mature male and a female, because that is what it is. Okay. Now marriage is a different thing. Most women cannot define or cannot give substantial evidence as to why they got married to the current husband they have. The only thing they will say that, me, I loved him. I love him. That is it. That's all. But there's nothing. There are other ladies who have left their husbands based on things we don't understand well, and then will come I love that person. There is no past tense of love. Love comes with a lot of passions, qualities, and descriptions. Just like you can say, I love my car, I love my house, I love my mother, I love my brother, I love my house. So there is no day that love will come with a past tense. Never. It is unconditional. It is free-flowing in the atmosphere. And it involves elements of ownership. So you cannot love somebody whom you do not own. Okay? And this is why now marriage come in. Now, if you decided to marry, and to my fellow men who did not attend men conference, you have to identify specific characteristics, qualities that you are seeing in the opposite sex that you will not wish to lose in your entire lifetime. Because as you grow up to be an adult, there are things that you can no longer do with your family members. You will need somebody behind you whom you can work with, support yourself with, okay, you bear children with together, and it's trust to some extent. So you are looking for qualities of things that you desire to have, just like those that your mother and father had, and your brother and your sister had in your family. Okay? Now, you've met this lady, and that you are looking for somebody to have to marry. When you are talking about somebody to marry, you are looking at qualities. These are qualities that are owned by that person. Those qualities will never go away. Whether this person is young today, whether this person will be old in other years to come. So as long as you are staying with this person, the qualities that you saw in her will be maintained throughout. And those are the things that you need in your marriage. So, what is it that you are looking for in somebody to marry? Love, remember, love is not there still. Because you still do not know. You have never got married. So, you are looking for somebody who will be trustworthy. Somebody who will be very honest. Somebody who is respectful. Get it? Somebody who is supportive. Somebody who is understanding. Okay? Now, if you have these 5 qualities, you are seeing these 5 qualities in a person. They may not be 100% perfect. There might be others that you can work on. So once you identify this one, okay, the other person will also be seeing some qualities in you, as a man. Because as a woman also, you have to know what kind of a person do you really want to have in your lifetime. It has to be descriptive. Okay? I need a husband of kide. You get that? Now, if based on these qualities that you've seen 5 in her, she has seen 4, 5 also in you as the things she will want to have. Maybe she will want a man who is understanding, okay? Because you have to understand yourself. Somebody who is listening, a good listener. Somebody who is supportive, okay? Both of you have to support your ambitions because you are strangers. You've been brought up by different families, different traditions or whichever, okay? So as a lady, you also have to have things that you need in a man. And what some of these are not what? Are not love. Quality of being lovable, as in it can be there, lovable. But you will have to work on that quality of lovable. Are you lovable? Okay? So lovable depends on the recipes that you have that comes alongside the qualities that you have, or characteristic traits. Now, once you get married based on qualities, then you get into what is called an institution, which is a marriage setup. Okay? So those characteristics that you saw in yourself, you are going to start exercising them. You exercise them, and then you become compatible to the extent that now you believe in each other. You start developing the element of trusting each other. Trust is one of the things that is not easy to achieve. It is a major project that dedicated individual must work on. Listen that. The element of honesty are recipes of trust. Now, once you confirm those characteristics as true characteristics of this particular human being, then, and you can define your person. If I say, hey, baby girl, I think I am not coming home because I have some engagement. The baby girl might not even ask why, because to her, she will be understanding that, okay, there must be something so serious that makes you not come home today. But in her mind, she knows very well that as much as she expected to have explanation, which she knows she will get, she will have to trust what you are saying without argument, because you understand yourself. Now, when I come back, then I will say, hey, I didn't come because of this. You will own. The element of ownership now comes to the extent that you know how to approach issues that emerges between you two. If it is a conflict, you know how to approach the conflict and come up with the best solutions. Because when I am angry, you know I am angry. You know what I don't want, you know. I also know nuance based on the qualities I know in you. When I wrong you, even before I'm reminded, I will know that today I have done a wrong thing to her. And therefore, I need to approach this in this way. You will not need anybody. You will not need anybody to come and mediate between you two. Because you are not strangers. You know what to do and how to handle it. Okay? Now, these are things that the F1 generation, your kids, will now adapt when they will be growing up. Because each and every time you will be talking, discussing, your friends. That's why it is so good to marry a friend of yours. Don't just marry strangers because you've seen somebody who's beautiful and it's like, hey, let's go and stay. Not knowing exactly that the person you are marrying does not have any quality that you need as a man or as a woman. So this is why people get into marriage, they start like, hey, I didn't know that this person is not honest. I didn't know that this person is not hardworking. I didn't know that this is not supportive. Then now you start fluttering around with other people who are better than him, not because of finance, but because of characteristics that you desired. So you find that people got married without clear vision. And it's like they're struggling there in that kind of marriage with a lot of stress. Children are there, they cannot run away. They are tied there with the children. And it's just like, and they are foolishly saying that now, if it is not because of children, I will have run away. But then they are getting some comfort zone. Women are very cheeky. Okay? They will do things, then bad ones or good ones, but then they find other fellow women, they discuss it, and then they find their comfort zone. But men, my friend, even finding time to discuss something pressing you in your house, you will not do because you are ashamed of yourself. You are handling so many things in your mind to the extent that you feel that going somewhere and having a tot of whiskey is going to solve your problem. No, it will not. You will die out of depression. But her, after your death, she will get another person better than maybe you. And she will live long. Longer than you might even imagine. But you, when she dies, you might find it difficult to get someone who can make you happy or better, because you will be too curious again to make some mistakes. So, men, do not ever get into things you cannot manage just because you don't want to disappoint a woman. No. Don't be too vulnerable to the extent that expressing somebody, you think that if you impress somebody, now you are going to have a direct entry to the kingdom of God. That's not going to happen. Love yourself as you love your neighbor. It means make sure you are too much comfortable just for yourself before you extend that to your partner. All of you are human beings. Okay? What you cannot do, don't struggle. If she cannot understand, fine. And then, one most important thing, men, don't be too naive because of what the women tell you. Women, as I say, are cheeky people. They are cheeky, too cheeky. They will do bad things behind your back and then come in the front and portray themselves as angels, and then put your mind to the extent that you believe that she cannot do anything bad. It's like it is not there. The demon was born directly from earth, from heaven, and dropped to your house, and you married her. So, trying to imagine that she can do something bad that can distract your mind or your feeling or your heart or whichever, it's like it's not there. My friend, kindly know and have it in your mind. Store it in the RAM or hard disk or whichever place in your partition your mind. Have the drive C, drive D, and drive E. Part of 150 GB put for a shock absorber. Put shock absorber in one of the partition in your mind, knowing very well that the person you are staying with, the person you have 2 kids, 3 kids with, at one point can do something too extreme that you never imagined. Okay? And by the time you realize that, it's like you are finished. Because you are not going to discuss it with a fellow man, because the man will you feel that the man will laugh at you and portray you as a weakling. Yeah, it might be. But then, if you don't want to reach that point, have that part of your mindset that anything can always go bad. Anything. And when it goes bad, it finds you in a comfort zone. You just say, okay, fine, that has happened because it is so normal. So this is the way. Women can do things, and they have done things which are unimaginable. Okay? My mom is a woman, yes, but it depends. It depends with each and every woman, and I know all these women, there are things they can do, even that are not pleasant, especially in our generation today. Right now, parents are too busy to bring their children up morally. They are looking for money, as if money will buy morals. No. They will not. Okay? So, we are in a world where we are controlled by the materialistic kind of things, and they are translated to things that are naturally based. Okay? A woman will stupidly say that, hey, you cannot get a good lady without money. Money is not everything. So if money dictates your marriage, then that is a problem.